Right now, there's a massive chunk of ice and rock screaming through our solar system at over 110,000 miles per hour, and it doesn't belong here. Comet C/2023A3, Tsuchinshan-Atlas, came from somewhere else in the galaxy, took a quick swing past the Sun, and now it's on a one-way trip back to interstellar space. You can actually watch it leave with your own eyes. This isn't like Halley's Comet, which shows up every 76 years like clockwork. This visitor is never coming back. Once it clears the outer solar system, it'll wander the Milky Way for millions of years before maybe, possibly, getting close to another star. It's the ultimate cosmic goodbye. What makes this comet so special isn't just where it's going, it's where it came from. Most comets we see are locals. They live in the Kuiper belt or the Oort cloud, basically the solar system's freezer section. But Tsuchinshan-Atlas got kicked out of a different star system entirely. Something out there, maybe a close pass by another star or a gravitational tug from a giant planet, sent this thing hurtling into the void. It travelled for who knows how long through the empty darkness between stars until our Sun's gravity caught it. The comet reached its closest point to the Sun back in September 2024, and that's when things got interesting. As it heated up, it started spewing gas and dust, creating that classic glowing tail that stretches for millions of miles. For a few weeks in October, it was visible to the naked eye just after sunset. People all over the world looked up and saw this fuzzy, bright streak hanging in the twilight sky. But here's what most people missed. That tail isn't following behind the comet like exhaust from a rocket. Solar wind, this constant stream of charged particles blasting out from the Sun, pushes the tail away from the Sun. So as the comet swings around and heads back out, the tail actually points forward. It's flying tail first into the cosmic wind. Scientists went absolutely nuts when this thing showed up. They pointed every telescope they could at it. Radio dishes, optical telescopes, even space-based instruments tracked its every move. Each observation helps answer questions about what exists in the space between stars. The ice on this comet formed in a completely different stellar neighbourhood. By studying its composition, we're basically getting a sample from another part of the galaxy delivered right to our doorstep. The comet is still visible now, but you need binoculars or a small telescope to spot it. It's getting dimmer every night as it moves farther from the Sun and farther from Earth. In a few months, it'll be too faint for amateur equipment. In a few years, even the most powerful telescopes on Earth won't be able to see it anymore. And that's when the really interesting part begins. What happens to a comet after it leaves? Once Tsuchinshan-Atlas clears Neptune's orbit, the Sun becomes just another bright star in its sky. The comet will coast through the absolute emptiness of interstellar space for longer than human civilization has existed. No planets, no asteroids, just the occasional hydrogen atom drifting through the void. It'll freeze solid again, becoming a dark, silent iceberg tumbling through the galaxy. Here's what really messes with your head. That comet might encounter another star system millions of years from now. Maybe it gets captured by a different sun's gravity and becomes their comet. Imagine alien astronomers on some distant world watching this thing appear in their sky, having no idea it once passed by Earth. They might study it the same way we did, completely unaware it's carrying ice that formed near our Sun, or maybe it never encounters anything ever again. Space is so incomprehensibly vast that two objects can travel through the galaxy for billions of years and never come within a light year of each other. The comet could wander forever, a frozen time capsule from our corner of the Milky Way that nobody will ever find. But there's another possibility that scientists find fascinating. What if Earth is on the receiving end of this cosmic exchange? What if some of the comets in our Oort cloud didn't form here at all? They could be visitors from other star systems that got captured by the Sun's gravity millions of years ago. We might be surrounded by immigrant comets and not even know it. Every time you see a comet streak across the sky, there's a chance you're looking at something that formed in a completely different stellar nursery. This changes how we think about the solar system's history. We used to imagine it as this isolated island, but it's more like a busy intersection. Stuff comes in, stuff goes out. The Sun and planets are constantly exchanging material with the rest of the galaxy. Tsuchinshan-Atlas is just the latest example we happen to catch in the act. The comet's visit also raises uncomfortable questions about what else might be out there. If chunks of ice and rock can drift between star systems, what about organic molecules? What about the building blocks of life? Some scientists think life itself might spread through the galaxy this way, hitching rides on rogue comets and asteroids. It sounds like science fiction, but the math actually works. Right now, Suchinshan Atlas is somewhere past Mars, moving away from us at ridiculous speed. In a few decades, it'll pass the orbit of Pluto. In a century, it'll be farther from the Sun than any human-made object. And then it disappears into the great cosmic dark, carrying with it a tiny piece of our solar system's story to whatever comes next. It's hard not to feel something watching this comet fade into the distance. We're witnessing a goodbye that spans geological time, watching something return to the darkness it came from. For a brief moment, this wanderer from another star system crossed paths with ours, and then it's gone forever. That's the thing about the universe. Most encounters are once-in-eternity events.